Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to create a Christmas card using my Big Shot and a couple of sets of framelits. I'm going to start off with a layer for the front of my card. I've cut it 4 by 5 1/4, and I want to use my scallop trim border punch, and I'm going to cut a scalloped edge across the front, just because I like my Christmas cards to have a little bit of a fancier touch to them. There we go. Now my card front is going to be whisper white as well. I've cut it 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored it at the 4 1/4 mark, and that is going to be the front of my card, or the entire card. The next thing I want to do is take a piece of Pool Party cardstock. I've cut it 3/4 of an inch by 4, and I'm going to put that across my card front, or across the layer for my card front. There we go, like so. Now I want to bring in my Big Shot, and I've got my magnetic platform and my 2 standard cutting pads. And I'm going to start off by cutting a hole in the layer of the front of my card using my Circles Collection framelits. I'm going to use this circle right here. I think it's maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out from the center part, so 5th largest. And then I'm going to put on my top standard cutting pad, and I'm going to run it through the Big Shot and die cut that circle out. And that's going to create a really pretty little hole in the front of the layer that I'm going to be putting on my card. And then what I'm going to do is bring in some Pool Party baker's twine, and I'm going to add that as a decorative touch on top of the Pool Party strip on my card front. So I'll bring in my snail adhesive. I'm just going to lay this across, and I'm going to bend it around the back side and adhere it to the back of my card. Like so. I've got a big tail on the back here. Maybe I'll bring in my paper snips and just cut that tail off. There we go. And then I'm going to attach this layer to the front of my card using some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put 1 in each corner. I'll bring that in so you can see it a bit better. And then I'm going to put 1 near the hole so that I keep the card lifted off the card base. I'm going to take the tails off of the Stampin' Dimensionals, and then I'm going to adhere this layer to the front of my card. There we go, like that. And then I have 2 scrap pieces of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to bring in my Festive Flurry stamp set. It is like a double set, and I have mounted the smallest one on clear block C, and then I have mounted the second smallest one on clear block D. And I'm going to bring in my Pool Party ink. I'm going to ink up the snowflake there. And then I'm going to take the second largest one, and I've got a second piece of Whisper White cardstock. I'm just using up some scraps I have at home. And then, along with the Festive Flurry stamp set, there are some Festive Flurry framelits. Perfect for die cutting out what I have just stamped, because I'm not a very good cutter, and so this will be wonderful. I don't need to sort of be very particular about my cutting and worrying about not having it even, I'm going to die cut them out using my Big Shot. So I'm going to put my cardstock on. I'm going to put the framelit on top. Then I'm going to put this top standard cutting pad on, die cut it out, and then I'm going to do the same with the second one. Put that there. Same sandwich as before, bottom standard cutting pad. I've got the magnetic platform, then the bottom standard cutting pad, then my cardstock with the framelit, and then the top standard cutting pad. There we go. And then run it through the Big Shot. And now I'm finished with the Big Shot. Just push these out. There we go. I've got my two beautiful little snowflakes. I'm going to attach them together using a Stampin' Dimensional, because I love a lot of lift. I'm going to bring in my card, and then I'm going to settle the snowflake. Again, one Stampin' Dimensional is really all you need. And I'm going to put that in the center of my card, like so. And then to finish it off, I have some basic pearls. I created this case using my Digital Studio, or the insert for my case. And I'm going to bring in a large size pearl and put it in the center of my snowflake to complete my card. Now, if I wanted to add a phrase to the card, rather than putting a phrase inside, I could write my greeting inside. I also have the Joy to the World stamp set, and I'm going to use the Christmas Wishes. I'm going to bring back in my Pool Party ink. Ink it up. And then stamp it down. Like so. And I have completed a beautiful Christmas card to send to somebody special with a lot of assistance from my Big Shot. For a complete listing of the supplies that I used to make this card and the measurements for the cardstock, please hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutsstamping.com. While on my blog, make sure you're a customer newsletter subscriber. I have a newsletter coming out this week. You can place an order for the products I used to make this card. You can ask me a question, or you can look at lots of other sample ideas or my online clubs and local classes. I'm Terri. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.